sit down.
Thank you, sir.
So, what did we discuss yesterday? Can anyone recall and tell me? Yeah, yourself.
Associative property under addition.
Louder, louder.
Associative property under addition.
Yes, yes, very good. Sit down.
Sir.
Associative property under addition. What else we have discussed?
About the additive identity,
Very, very good.
multiplicative identity.
Very good. Sit down. About additive identity and multiplicative identity. One more topic has remained. Yes, yes, very good. Distributive property also we have discussed. So a little more topic is remained for the discussion. Then afterwards we will go to the numericals which will be solved based on those properties we have discussed. Okay. So let me recall what is called additive identity first.
Zero.
Yes, very good, very good. Zero. Zero is the
Additive identity.
zero is the additive identity. Sure. So why is it called additive identity? You take any rational number. You take any rational number, any kind of rational number. If you add 0 to it, you will get a Q. That is same rational number. So we call 0 is the
Additive identity.
Very good. So what else we have discussed?
Multiplicative identity.
Very good. Multiplicative identity we discussed in yesterday's class. That is very good. That is 1. That means what? If I take any rational number, what do I need to do? Yes. If I multiply it with 1, I get Q. That is what multiplicative identity means. So far we have discussed this. So what is the extension of this is, if I take any rational number and add something, I get the identity, additive identity. What is the additive identity?
Zero.
My question here is, what to be added here? Then let us see Q plus, no. Yes. Q plus 0 if I add, what do I get? Q. But what should come? Additive identity should be the answer. That is 0. What should be added here? Q plus Q plus Q means 2Q I get. Just like 5 plus 5 is 10. Am I getting 5 plus 5 equals to 0? No. What should be added to 5 then? What should be added to 5? Very good. It's simple. Just like 5 plus minus 5. If I do, I'll get what? 5 plus 5 plus into minus? Minus. 5 minus 5, that is equals to 0. This is what I get. Similarly, if I add minus Q, I'll get 0. That means if I take any rational number, if I take the opposite sign of this rational number and add that, I'll get the additive identity that is called
Zero.
Say 2 by 3. In the place of rational number, specifically I am taking 2 by 3. What should be added to 2 by 3 in order to get the answer as 0? Now all very clear with this, it is minus 2 by 3. So easy. So, I forgot to tell you. Then we call minus 2 by 3 is the additive inverse. Additive inverse of what? Additive inverse of?
Zero.
No. Easy. Don't get confused. Minus 2 by 3 is the additive inverse of 2 by 3. Understood? If I take minus 2 by 3 only, what should be added here in order to get 0?
2 by 3.
Yes, it is
2 by 3.
Then in that case, I will call 2 by 3 is the additive inverse of minus 2 by 3. That means one is additive inverse of another. This is also additive inverse of
The other.
another. In a generalized form, we say if A is a rational number, A plus minus A gives
Zero.
very good 0. Then we call minus A is the additive inverse of
A.
and also we can say A is the additive inverse of do not have the stereotype that always negative numbers are the additive inverses. Understood? Minus A can be the negative inverse. Even the positive A can also be the additive inverse of minus A. Understood?
Yes, sir.
No doubt? Let us look at the multiplicative inverse. It is similar. But on multiplication, what do we get? What do we need to get is 1. Why? 1 is the very good. 1 is the multiplicative identity. Suppose if I take a Q and what do I need to multiply in order to get 1? Yes, yourself stand up. Say louder. Very good. Sit down. 1 by Q I need to multiply in order to get the product as 1. Q1 sir. Q2. Let me take a specific example, just like 2 by 3. Sit down. Soon after answering, sit down. 2 by 3. What do I need to multiply here in order to get to the multiplicative identity? That is 1.
3 by 2.
Yes, it is easy. 3 by 2. 3 cancels. 3 cancels. 2 ones are 2 twos are 2 ones are. So 1 into 1, 1. 1 into 1, 1 by 1 is equals to 1. That's it. So in this way, you will get the multiplicative identity. We say here 3 by 2 is the multiplicative inverse of 2 by 3. We also say 2 by 3 is the multiplicative inverse of 3 by 3. Very good, you have the clarity. So these are all the discussions we had so far. Theoretical discussions we had. Now let us look into your exercise problems which are given in your textbook. Quickly open your textbook. Exercise 1.1. So look at the first problem. Can anyone read the heading for that first problem? Yeah. Sit down. Yourself. If you don't have a textbook, use my textbook. No problem. No. I need to see also. Use your friends. Read the heading louder.
Name the property involved in the following examples.
Sit down. There are examples given 1 to 8. Among those, certain properties are involved. What you are going to do is not to solve them. It is not asked for solving. It is a simple task. You just name them. You just need to give the name of the property involved in this. All these following examples are true. You don't need to prove them. You don't need to solve them. You don't need to alter them also. You shouldn't do anything. Observe that carefully and you need to tell the name of that property. That's all. Very simple exercise. Let me take the first problem among that first note.
8 by 5 plus 0 is equal to 8 by 5 is equal to 0 plus 8 by 5.
Yes, who is ready with the answer for saying this properties? They expect new persons. It's easier. Yeah, yourself, stand up. Additive identity. Very good. Additive identity property is involved in this for this representation. Very good. One property is additive identity. Children, that is not necessary that only one property should be involved in a single problem. There can be one or more. As Lakshya has said, it is exactly right that it is additive identity. Why? Because I added 0 and I've got the same number. 0 is my additive identity. Very good. Next property involved in this very same problem. Yeah, yourself.
Commutative property.
Very good, very good. For time being, you forget about this. If you look at these two expressions, as there is equal to here means what? 8 by 5 plus 0 equals 0 plus 8 by 5, isn't it? Where did you say this? In commutative property. Assume this is A plus B, B plus A equal to A plus B equals to B plus A. What property? Commutative property. Next problem is, let me write down the problem. Observe the second problem. Who will tell the answer for me now? Yeah, sit down, sit down. Yeah, yourself. Yes, absolutely correct. It is distributive property. Yes, the multiplication is distributed among the multiplication is distributed over the. Very good. So you might have forgot. Yesterday we have discussed a distributive property in two ways, under two operations. Under so under which operation the distribution is going on here? Addition. So the multiplication is distributed over addition. 2 into 3 by 5 plus 2 into 1 by 2. That is what has happened. So the property involved here is
Distributive property.
distributive property. Very good. Next problem is third problem. Observe the problem.
3 by 7 into 1 is equal to.
My question here is, how many properties involved in this? Yes. You have quickly recognized based on the first problem. There are two properties involved in this representation. Understood? What are they? Let us know.
Multiplicative property and
Yeah. Yes, you are half the way. No problem. Soon after getting idea, you will be saying it again. Sit down. No problem.
multiplicative property
Yes.
and commutative property.
Very good. Multiplicative identity. And second property is commutative property under multiplication operation. Very good. Sit down. Let me see the multiplicative identity first. In a short form, I'm writing identity. You don't need to be elaborate. Okay, multiplicative identity. What is the multiplicative identity here? One. It's not about here. Anywhere, the multiplicative identity is 1. Very good. I multiplied 3 by 7 with 1 and I've got the 3 by 7 again. So, in this, or you can take this expression also. I multiplied 1 with 3 by 7, then also I got the 3 by 7. So, it can be come under multiplicative identity property. Second property, what she has said?
Commutative property.
Yes, commutative property. Can anyone explain me this? Who is ready to explain? Yeah. Only one hand. Yeah, yourself. Can you explain how? You can come to the board if you want to. Take this chart.
Because A into B
say it louder. Your friends need to.
Because A into B equal to B into A. So that 3 by 7 into 1 equal to 1 by 3 into 3 by 7.
Excellent, excellent. Sit down. So if you for a while, if you neglect this, even 3 by 7 into 1 equals 1 into 3 by 7, right? So 3 by 7 into 1 into 1 equals 1 into 3 by 7. A into B is equal to B into A. What kind of property? Commutative property. Very good, very good. Sit down. Next problem is sixth one. If you are not directly getting the sixth one, you are not directly getting that, rethink what all the properties we have discussed. Then you may be getting the idea. At first, looking at the problem, you may not get the idea. Let me select help for this time. Sixth problem. I forgot to write down here. Sorry. What property involved here? Additive inverse. Okay, thank you. I'll correct you. No problem. Sit down. Yeah, yourself.
Closure property.
Very, very good. Closure property. Soon after looking at the example, you may not get the idea. Closure property is involved. That's why I asked you to recall what all the properties we have discussed. Closure property. Why? We have taken a rational number, we have multiplied with another rational number, and we have got 15 by 4. Is it a rational number? Yes. It is in P by Q form. Both are integers. Q not equals to 0. It is a rational number. Rational number multiplied or done an operation, and again we have got a rational number. Then we say the operation is closed. Closed. They are in the same room. Closed. So closure property involved here. In order to get the multiplicative inverse or something, 5 by 2 into 2 by 5 we need to multiply, then we will get 1. In that case, we will get multiplicative inverse is involved here. Understood? Yes. Look at the second Roman. Who reads the second Roman for me? The heading. Yeah, yourself. We'll give chance to each other.
Write the additive and the multiplicative inverse of following.
Sit down. Very good. So write the additive and multiplicative inverses of the following. Do not get confused with the identities and inverses. Identities means always the same. 0 and 1. So here it is asked for inverses. Inverses vary each and every time. Understood? If the inverses vary according to the sum or problem given there. Understood? So let me note down that. 2. Let me take the first one. Minus 3 by 5 is the problem. Who will tell the additive identity? Yeah, yourself. I'll give chance to tell you.
The additive identity of minus 3 by 5 is equals to 3 by 5.
Very, very good. It's just very easy. 3 by 5 is the additive identity. First, minus 3 by 5. Why? It's simple. If minus 3 by 5 added to 3 by 5, I'll get what?
Minus 3 by 0.
0, which is additive identity. Right. So, additive inverse of 3 by minus 3 by 5 is
3 by 5.
Then what would be the additive inverse of 3 by 5?
Minus 3 by 5.
It's just opposite. You can directly change the symbol. If it is plus, you can directly make the minus. For additive inverse only. For additive inverse. Do not get confused with the multiplicative things. So, 3 by 5 is the additive inverse. What is the multiplicative inverse of this? This is kind of thing. Yeah, yourself. I'll give chance to tell everyone.
The multiplicative identity is minus 3 by 5 is equal to minus 5 by 3.
Very, very good. Minus 5 by 3 is the multiplicative identity. Inverse. Sorry. Science. Thanks for correcting. Multiplicative inverse. Why this is multiplicative inverse? Let me check. Minus 3 by 5 is there. I multiplied this minus 5 by 3. 3 ones, 3 minus ones. 5 ones, 5 minus ones. Minus 1 into 1 is minus 1 is minus 1 into minus 1 is plus 1. 1 into 1 is 1. 1 by 1 is 1. So I've got 1 for doing multiplication with a number. That number is called multiplicative inverse. Let us do the 0. Third problem. 0. Who will tell the additive identity for this? Additive inverse. Yeah, yourself. Minus 0. There is no minus 0 at all. First remember. No. Additive inverse means what? 0 is there. You need to add something here. You need to get 0. As
Minus
this
0.
additive identity. So, what do we need to add here?
Minus 0.
It's not minus 0.
Minus 1.
It's 0. 0 doesn't have any symbol. Okay? It is 0. 0 is the additive identity of 0. Let us look at the multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse of, yes, yourself.
There is no multiplicative inverse of 0.
Very good clap for her. Can you explain to the class? No problem. Is anyone interested in explaining? Yeah, yourself come here. In a louder voice you need to explain. Why there is no multiplicative inverse for 0?
Rational numbers compounded is sir.
Yes. Very good. Say to the class, no problem. Yeah.
You are not equal to 0 sir.
Yes, very good. You are half the way correct. I'll extend this. Very good. So, 0 is there. Every time for rational numbers, we get 1 by rational number, that is 1 by 0. If in order to get the inverse, we make the reciprocal. If you reciprocal 0, what will it come? 1 by 0. Is this number existing? Is this number existing in our number system? We excluded this at the first part. We excluded this because Q not equals to 0. This kind of number never exists. Even 1 lakh by 0, 1000 by 0, 10,000 by 0, 2 by 0, minus 2 by 0, minus 1 lakh by 0. None of those numbers exist. Understood? As there is no existence of that number itself, we don't have the multiplicative inverse of 0. Only there is additive inverse, that is called 0. That is all with the zeros. So, fifth problem. Additive identity. Who will tell the additive identity for this? Yes, 2 members are ready. Additive identity. It's easier. What do you need to do for the additive identity? You just need to add some other number. You need to get 0. What kind of number it could be?
1.
Yes, obviously. Please do not tell the answer outside. Yes, yourself, louder.
-1.
So, for -1, if we add -1, how much do we get?
+1.
No.
0.
-1 here, plus into minus, it is -2. Are we getting 0 here?
No.
But we are interested in getting 0 as a solution. So, in order to get 0, what to be added here? What to be added here? Yes, it's obviously +1. If we add +1 here, then we get -1 plus 1. 0. Understood? Just like 1 minus 1, if we reverse this, we can tell -1 plus 1. Okay, understood? That is all good. So the answer for additive identity is additive identity of -1 is 1. Additive inverse, sorry. Additive inverse of -1 is 1. Here additive inverse of 0 is 0 itself. There is no multiplicative inverse. What is the multiplicative inverse of -1? Who and all are ready for get to answer this question?
Sir, the question is wrong, so it's not minus or 1. Minus
The question is wrong in my textbook. Look at the fifth problem. Yes, it is -1, no problem. Let us take -1 if it is not there also. Let us do this problem. Yes. What these are? I expect more hands. No problem. Yes, yourself. Stand up and tell.
minus 1 by 1.
Yes, -1 by 1. See, additive identity we have got. For -1, if we multiply something, we need to get 1. What would be the number? -1 you can tell directly, or -1 by 1 also you can tell. Why? -1 into -1. How much I got? +1. That means this -1 is the multiplicative inverse of -1. This -1 is the multiplicative inverse of this. Understood? You are clear with this? Now next problem. So far we have discussed how to name them and finding the inverses. Now we are going to fill the spaces based on our properties which we have discussed. Understood? We have learned so many properties, right? Following those properties, we are going to fill the spaces in the third problem. Understood? Look into the textbook. Third problem. First one. It's easier.
Sir, can I tell?
Yeah. Let me write the problem on the board. So the first problem in the third column is -1 by 17 plus space equals to -12 by 5 plus -1 by 17.
Sir, can I ask? Sir.
Who and all are ready for answering this? At least which property can be used here? Yes, yourself. Yeah. Which property can be used here? Very good. Sit down. So, following the commutative property, we got the hint. If we follow the commutative property, we directly get this space to be filled. What is the answer now?
Sir.
Yes, yourself.
-12 by 5.
Minus
12 by 5.
12 by 5. It is simple. Do not get fearful looking at these fractions, looking at these brackets, looking at these spaces and all. Just consider this as A. And you have got plus and got the space. Just consider this as B. And B plus A. What would be the
B.
Yes, it is simple. If you visualize that in this form, you directly get the answer. There is no difficulty in this. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Let us look into the next problem. Third one.
Sir.
Very easy one.
Sir.
Even if we do not discuss all these properties also, one can see this.
Sir, I will say.
Yeah. I'll give chance to each and everyone. Third problem. 1 into dash equals to 9 by 11.
Sir.
Yeah, yourself.
9 by 11.
That's it.
Minus 9.
That's it. Sit down. So 1 into 9 by 11 gives you 9 by 11 again. If Because one is the multiplicative identity. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So let us look into the next problem. Fourth one.
Sir, I will send the answer. Sir. Sir,
Yeah, yourself.
6 by 7.
Yes. It is 6 by 7. What is the property involved here? Can anyone tell? All are wrong. I expect the right answer.
Commutative property.
No. Commutative property involves only two rationals. For distributive property, multiplication should be there. Is there any multiplication? Yes, yourself. Louder. Yes, it is associative property. Brackets are just interchanged. Understood? It is clear. You may be getting confused with this. Using associative property, we can get that. Next problem is eighth sum, third one. Eighth, third. Yeah, subtract that column. Subtract minus 7 from minus 4 by 7. Understood? I'll tell you, people will get confused easier in this very problem. I'll ask you to subtract, stand up. Subtract 5 from 10. 5, very good. Subtract, sit down. Subtract 2 from 4. Very good, sit down. I need, okay, no problem. Open to all. Subtract 2 from 1. Minus 1. Sit, look at carefully. When we say subtract 2 from 4, the first quantity should be 4. From 4, right? So 4. What is to be subtracted? 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. Similarly, subtract 2 from 1. What happens here? Again, the first quantity should be 1. 1 minus 2 equals to very good, minus 1. Following that, you can subtract each and every example in the 8 also. Last problem we are going to discuss. 12th one, yeah. Any doubt? Okay, no problem. 12th one. First problem. Verify that minus of minus x equals to x. That problem. X equals to minus
270.
minus 2 by 15. 2 by 15. First problem we are dealing with. Okay? When it is asked for verify, how do we need to proceed? Always consider the left hand side as one part, then right hand side as another part, and show them equal. If they are equal, then you say this is true. If they are not equal, this is false. Understood? Just like we have verified each property. Yes, come in. Verified each property in proving rational numbers are following associative property or not. Right. Similarly, we are doing this. X equals to 2 by 15 for verification. What is the LHS first? LHS equals to minus of minus x. What I need to do? You just need to substitute the number. What is that? Okay? Equals to minus of minus 2 by 15. Minus into minus plus 2 by 15. This is my LHS. What is RHS now? RHS equals to direct x. What is my x? 2 by 15. Is LHS equals to RHS?
So 15, sir.
Thank you. RHS. Can we say this property is verified?
Verified.
This property is true for x equals to
2 by 15.
that is what you are going to write. Minus x equals to minus of minus x equals to x for 2 by 15. Similarly, you are going to prove the minus 13 by 17 problem. Understood? What all we have discussed today? First one is additive. What is additive? Leave that additive identity, multiplicative identity for the yesterday's class. So we know that. Additive inverse. So 2.5. What is the additive inverse of this? Quick. Very good. 2.5. What is the multiplicative inverse of this? 5 by 2. 5 by 2 is the answer. Minus 2 by 5 is the answer. Minus 3 by 1. What is the additive inverse? Multiplicative inverse of this? Minus 1 by 3. Understood? Then only we will get this one. So, inverses, and based on the all four properties, we have solved some examples. Remaining examples, remaining things will be solving in the next class. Thank you.
Thank you.